Graduates, deans, professors, and honored guests, welcome to the graduation ceremony of the Faculty of Engineering at Lund University. My name is Hannah, and I will be your Master of Ceremony today. The graduates have made some astonishing accomplishments during their time at LTH, and that is what's brought us here today. Some of the people that have followed you during these years are here today to congratulate you and to wish you the best of luck for the future. The first one to congratulate you is the Dean of LTH, Victor Öval. Welcome.
Dear graduates, families, friends, students, colleagues, it's really exciting to stand here, even though I've been in this role many times. The university has three central tasks that guides us: education, research, and collaboration with society. And the greatest of these three is education. And that's why we are here today. Or in other words, as my colleague rector at Twente University in the Netherlands said, a university without research is a bad university. A university without students is no university. And this becomes especially obvious on a day like this, your graduation ceremony. You are, sorry to use the somewhat disrespectful epithet, our finest product. Therefore, I feel privileged, excited, and honored to stand in front of you on this day of your examination ceremony. It is with great pleasure we at LTH release another batch of students into the real world. A world I apparently never entered. We are confident that you will do fine and make great contributions to society. However, it is a somewhat staggering thought that your working life will stretch to 2070 and beyond. Today, it is, depending on how you view things, interesting, confusing, scary times. Everything is in the eye of the beholder. We see climate change, political instability, urbanization on a big scale. And we see big technology shifts. Digitalization with artificial intelligence and machine learning, autonomous cars, 3D printing exploding, electrification, where it may be most obvious in the transport sector, and so much more. So you, dear graduates, are needed, I would say, more than ever. And LTH has a vision. Together we explore and create to the benefit of the world, which you can read more about in this brochure that I think is somewhere here, I hope. As an engineering school, we see that our actions should make contributions to a better world. In our communication strategy, we have tried to identify some areas that we think are especially important today, to the benefit of the climate, digitalization, the industry, the built environment, and life. And of course, for the benefit can be interpreted in a lot of different ways, depending on who you are. So I am confident that your competences will be needed in the future to an even greater extent than today. Technology, architecture, and design is not the problem facing society. We are part of the solution. Oops. There are great challenges, as I said: climate change, energy, water, waste, famine, communication, city planning, immigration, just to mention a few. And I hear companies and society constantly screaming from you. They need more of you. You are needed and you are wanted. As I said, whatever your choice will be, I'm confident you will do fine and that we will be proud of you. You are representing the core of the university, our students. However, with this also comes responsibilities. At the university, you have been taught to honor facts, figures, and logic, but also to question. Don't believe something because it stands in a newspaper or because some professor says so. Have an open and critical mindset. Do not trust what you are told right away. Always question and always use your brains. Or as Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher, Roman emperor, wrote. He's maybe best known today as a character in the movie Gladiator. He wrote in his meditations, "Do you have reason? Why then do you not use it?" This is especially true those days, with alternative facts, fake news, and the hard-to-believe information flow we get through social media and dedicated news channels, where we get the information somebody has decided we are interested in. We see it also with the tweeting president in the White House, populism spreading throughout Europe with Brexit, democracy on the run in, for instance, Poland and Hungary, but we also see it here in Sweden with populism rising. Deeply troubling for society, if you ask me. So we have the responsibility to look at the facts, to reason. Let us take the responsibility, and I ask you to take that responsibility. But there are positive signs as well. That was the dark side. Sweden has a long tradition of innovation, and some we come in contact with almost daily or quite often. The Johansson wrench, or adjustable spanner, or skiftnyckel, as we say in Swedish, by Johan Peter Johansson, I would say a Swedish Thomas Alva Edison. And Tetra Pak, an invention from Lund. Other well-known inventions from Lund are the artificial kidney, diagnostic ultrasound, not ultrasound as such, and Bluetooth. But there are also student innovations. We have Hövding, the airbag helmet for cyclists by Anna Haupt and Therese Alstin. And then we have the space shower from Merdad Majoubi at Orbital Systems, who will soon give you his wisdom and his view on the world. That was not in the script. But this means you can make a difference to society. However, inventions can often be a double-edged sword. How responsible are we as inventors or researchers, how our findings are used? How good are we at accessing the danger of new technologies? Because things are not just black and white, and I want to illustrate with some invention. Combustion engines is a big research topic at LTH. Combustion engines has had big effects on our climate, on our society. But especially one thing I want to mention. To prevent knocking in combustion engines, lead was added to gasoline in the 1920s. It was advertised under the name ethyl instead of tetraethyl lead, the scientific name, since everybody knew lead was poisonous. The inventor, Thomas Mitchell Jr., had to take vacation due to lead poisoning. Today, leaded fuels is more or less gone, but it took a very long time with great dangers for society. Thomas Mitchell made another great contribution to society, från, to be used in refrigerators, spray cans, with largely negative effects on our climate, our atmosphere, and our environment, now banned for most purposes. Another example is nanoscience. We see huge discoveries being made in nanotechnology, nanoscience, leading to inventions in electronics, LED lamps, solar cell. But what about the dangers? What about nano safety? Asbestos. We don't have that anymore. But it was a very good material, and we can say it's a nanomaterial, at least according to some definition. And it has fantastic properties, for instance, for heat insulation. But we know it causes lung cancer. It is a paradox, though, that it was used in cigarette filters and advertised as something fantastic in the 50s. Sweden now has a crisis in finding housing for different groups. Students, which is obvious here in Lund, young couples, immigrants, etc., etc., etc. So we need to build. We need to build a lot. But let us not make the same mistakes as was done in the 60s and 70s with miljonprogrammen. You architects and urban planners have a huge role to play. And therefore, we have, in the last couple of years, increased our efforts in urban planning in the architecture program. Let us hope that we can be able to love our new parts of the cities as much as we love Paris, San Francisco, Rome, or whatever your favorite city is. So, in a short while, I'll stop talking. I'll be handing out your diploma, which feels really fantastic. To stand here, hand out diplomas, to sign over 1,000 examination diplomas. Does that sound fun? Okay, it is, actually. Every time I sign a diploma, I think this is a student who has graduated. Because as I started, I believe our main contribution to society, why we exist, is because of you, our students. So I hope you go out and follow the Lund University vision to understand, explain, and improve our world and human conditions, because you are the future. You have now completed your studies, and I'm sure it has been a lot of hard work, examinations, stress, anxiety. However, I hope you have also found time to enjoy life. But I'm sure that for many of you, the correlation between your thoughts and plans today and where you will finally end up might be rather low. How many of you had a clear sense of what you wanted to do some 4 or 5 years ago, or for some maybe longer, when you walked in to the halls of Lund University? But see that not as a problem, see it as an opportunity. How could I, as a young student in the early 80s, imagine that I would stand here several decades later handing out your diplomas? That is really fantastic for me. So life takes unexpected twists and turns. Grab the opportunities when they come. You've got a great education that will be a great foundation for your future life. When you see an opportunity, a problem waiting to be solved, ask yourself, if not I, who? If not now, when? So I truly hope you will look back at your student time with good memories, and that you will act as good ambassadors for your alma mater. So good luck, and go out and work for the benefit of the world in the spirit of LTH. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dean. As a proof of their achievements, the graduates will now be handed their diplomas. We'll start the diploma ceremony with civilingenjörsexamen i teknisk fysik. Alexander Backis. Richard Bay. Carl Brisshammar. Carl Fredrik Erliksson. Simon Finnman. Andreas Forslöv. Anders Hansson. Sofie Karlsson. Lina Sjöstrand. Isak Svensson. Björn Ulfi. David Westman. Anna Åberg. Vi fortsätter med civilingenjörsexamen i teknisk matematik. Pontus Andreasson. Elias Henriksson. Alexander Jonsson. Civilingenjörsexamen i teknisk nanovetenskap. Erika Andersson. Alexander Kalin. Tommy Damm. Therese Olsson. Josefin Rost. Rickard Ståhl. Frida Tärne. Erik Wilson. To a speech by the President of the Student Union on the Faculty of Engineering. Welcome, Maria Gunnarsson.
Dear graduates, congratulations. You have today reached a milestone in your life. Your time here at LTH has come to an end, and I hope that you will look back at it as very educative, as well as a time of discovering new interests and making friends for life. Ahead is a new beginning, a possibility to shape your future and to chase your dreams. With a degree from LTH, you have all the tools needed to make your dreams come true. This is your day, a day to celebrate success, but also a day to remember all the hard work that you have put in during the past years. Remembering the struggle when studying for exams and writing countless of papers and lab reports. Because the degree that you now have earned is an acknowledgement of how it has been all worth the struggle. I'm standing here as the president of the Student Union at LTH. You might have participated in our events to different degrees, some a lot and some none at all. However, it has been a pleasure to represent you as a student here at LTH. During my time at the Student Union, I've gotten a great insight into the amazing student life that Lund has to offer, both inside and outside of school. And it is all of you students that has made this student life, yes, and this student lives makes the degrees from Lund University so special and so much more than only an excellent academic achievement. I am very convinced that no matter what you do in life, the experiences will always benefit you in some way or another. No matter if the path towards a goal is straightforward or long and winding, it will always teach you something. Did the path towards your degree include a bit too much time in a student association, or did you ever get lost in a math course for a while? Don't think that that was a waste of time, because those experiences will follow you for the rest of your life. Maybe in that student association you made some friends that you wouldn't have met otherwise, or that hard math course got you the insight that you needed to put some more effort in your courses, and that made you reach your goal eventually. And without these detours, you wouldn't be where you are today, or be the person that you have become. But to be satisfied with who you are isn't always easy. These days, with various social media platforms, it's very common to compare yourself to others. We do often encounter histories of success, and all that we accomplish is measured, evaluated, and displayed. These demands that are put on you to produce something in all situations is far from healthy, and a lot of you have probably felt that pressure sometimes. I now want you to forget about everyone else's history for a while and only focus on your achievement that we are here today to celebrate. You have succeeded with a great exploit to earn a degree from LTH, from one of Sweden's most prestigious universities. What you have accomplished is something to be very proud of. And I am very proud of each and every one of you here today. I wish to be here one day as well as a graduate from LTH. Once again, congratulations. Wherever your life takes you, good luck and enjoy the ride.
Thank you. Now we'll continue the diploma ceremony with civilingenjörsexamen i elektroteknik. Mansour Ashrati. Johan Lindqvist. Ellen Petersson. Adem Saran. Martin Sollenberg. Adam Bax. Civilingenjörsexamen i medicin och teknik. Mikaela Gigold. Master's Program in Embedded Electronics Engineering. Kishore Khed. Lakshmi Prasad. Civilingenjörsexamen i maskinteknik. Fredrik Hasselgren. Malin Johannesson. Viktor Jönsson. Rebecka Lindvall. Lazar Milovic. Jesper Norman. Fredrik Olsson. Daniel Persson. Joel Persson. Christian Stigson. Isabelle Wahlström. Civilingenjörsexamen i maskinteknik med teknisk design. Cecilia Andersson. Erik Karud. Civilingenjörsexamen i väg- och vattenbyggnad. Erik Bolinder. Per Fransson. Civilingenjörsexamen i riskhantering. Billiam Asenov. Katrin Klingsborg. Now we'll hear the graduate speech held by Jamil Haboush, who just got his engineering degree in computer science. Welcome, Jamil.
Thank you. Good afternoon, graduates of 2018. I'd like to start off the speech by a quote from a friend of mine who I got introduced to at the beginning of my education at LTH. And it goes like this. Studying engineering is like riding a bike on a sweet summer day. except the bike is on fire, you are on fire, and everything around you is on fire, because you are in hell. I like this analogy a lot, mostly because it's true, but partly because I can add a bit more to it. What I can add to it is, it's true that you are in hell, but you find friends. Friends that become family. Friends that make you laugh so hard and for so long that people around you think you're on drugs. These close friends, whom in my analogy represent fire extinguishers, cool you down whenever they see that you're getting too hot in hell. But at the same time, these fire extinguishers will turn into flamethrowers and chasing you around, and will start chasing you around whenever they see that you start slacking off too much. Unfortunately, I had the honor of getting that fire extinguisher at me after my first disastrous year at LTH. But you know what? Our hell was actually quite good. It was good because it taught us how to think in the broader sense, how to connect the dots to the details, how to handle criticism and stress and tough tasks all combined. It taught us the true meaningship of responsibility and how to be adults. In other words, our hell actually prepared us for the real world. Graduates, I say to you all, be proud, be very proud, for you have made it. You have graduated and achieved what you set out to do 5 years ago. It was a long and tough marathon, but you pulled through and you made it. You have graduated from one of the best universities in the entire world, and you should act accordingly. Keep your head held high, because you have earned it. In this world, you can lose your phone, your wallet, and particularly in Lund, your bike. Everything can be taken away from you, but no one can take away your education and the knowledge and the wisdom you have gained here at LTH. Finally, I'll leave you with some advice and a personal comment or two. To my parents and my sisters, please forget about the part about my disastrous first year. It was just a long time ago, and focus on the good side. I made it. For those of you whom are continuing to advance your studies to a master's degree or a PhD, I leave in our analogy of hell and wish you all the luck. To my future colleagues, I say, be courageous. Dare to fail, not once or twice, but fail until you succeed. Just like the exam that for the love of God you could not succeed in until you did. Look the unknown straight in the eye and defy it. Challenge it and then conquer it. Remember your training at LTH. You have the vision and the faith that you will succeed, and don't you dare lose sight of that vision or faith. Keep it tight inside you, and it will keep you and it will guide you to the end. Shoot for the stars, and the absolute worst thing that can happen is you land on the moon, maybe even Mars. And please say hi to Elon Musk to me if you do that. For my future competitors, please forget the previous segment of my speech that was classified and not intended for you guys. And to the graduates whom couldn't make it and are watching this live stream, I say, we miss you all, and we wish you could be here with us all. As time passes by, and you start looking back at the previous 5 years, you will not remember it as hell. It was not a bike ride through hell for you when you remember it. You will remember it as a bike ride through heaven, because there's actually beauty in the struggle. And what does not kill you only makes you stronger. So, whenever you look forward in your life, I hope you see the endless possibilities that LTH and this education has given you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamil, and congratulations. Now we'll continue with the third part of the diploma ceremony, and it's time for me to wait a second. Master's Program in Sustainable and Urban Design. Benjamin Dorman. Master's Program in Energy Efficient Building Design. Lama Batal. Civilingenjörsexamen i kemiteknik. Safa Al-Basher. Dennis Bogren. Linus Gustafsson. Jane Kwashi. Civilingenjörsexamen i bioteknik. Elinor Erlandsson. Karin Larsson. Jakob Lindblad. Ebba Lindgren Hermansson. Hanna Mellberg. Ann Nyen. Kristina Sturk. Sofia Lindberg. Pierre Andersson. Master's Program in Biotechnology. Palina Haraldsdottir. Civilingenjörsexamen i informations- och kommunikationsteknik. Amanda Eliasson. Therese Kustvall Larsson. Adam Oldin. Tobias Olsson. Thank you. Now we'll hand out the last diplomas. And we will start with civilingenjörsexamen i datateknik. Simon Alm Nilsson. Julius Barent. Patrik Danielsson. Mattias Gustafsson. Jamil Habush. Johan Helmertz. Sebastian Hjelm. David Johansson. Hanna Lindblad. Alexander Olsson. Tom Postama. Oskar Svensson. Jonas Turesson. Civilingenjörsexamen i ekosystemteknik. Nefeli Gaudilo. Ellen Handberg. Anna Sundberg. Master Program in Water Resource Engineering. Suhaib Ibrahim. Teknologikandidatexamen. Isak Mondrad Ås. Albin Wilson. Högskoleingenjörsexamen i byggteknik. Gabriella Kasselgård. Frida Granat. Mero Hubenschott. högskoleingenjörsexamen i byggteknik. Marlina Digirmensi, ursäkta mig. Förlåt, nu har det blivit jättefel här. Högskoleingenjörsexamen i datateknik menar jag såklart. Jakob Petersson. The Scholarship Award from Sparbanksstiftelsen Skåne. Here to present the award is Sanne Mårtensson.
Thank you. Dear graduates, it's a great honor to be invited to share your day. I'm representing the Savings Bank Foundation Skåne, Sparbanksstiftelsen Skåne, and we are together with Swedbank, supporting the development of society in the southern parts of Sweden, here in Skåne, by giving financial support to non-profit organizations or projects within the sectors of culture, education, sports and entrepreneurship. We also have a more than 20-year-long support to the University of Lund and its faculties. Today we will award 2 graduates our scholarships, and I would please welcome Mr. Richard Bay and Carl Fredrik Erliksson. Richard and Carl Fredrik has written their thesis on motion planning using positively invariant sets on a small-scale autonomous vehicle. Self-driving technology has the opportunity to increase safety in automotive transportation by reducing the impact of human error. Motion planning is a key component of an autonomous system responsible for providing reference trajectories and paths that the vehicle should follow. This thesis studies a motion planning algorithm based on positively invariant sets. The focus is on design, implementation, and evaluation of the algorithm on a small-scale ground vehicle robot platform. By incorporating a gain scheduling approach to the motion planner, guaranteed safe reference trajectories capable of navigating the vehicle in a dynamic environment of static and moving obstacles can be computed for time-varying velocities. And I apologize to the non-Swedish speaking audience here. Studenterna har under examensarbetet tillägnat sig spetskunskap inom området och framgångsrikt både tillämpat och kombinerat grundläggande algoritmer samt utökat deras funktionalitet så att tidsvarierande hastigheter och mer komplexa trafiksituationer, till exempel fyrvägskorsningar, kan hanteras. De har vidare med föredömlig noggrannhet verifierat resultaten experimentellt i flera realtidsscenarier, såsom filkörning och omkörningar med hjälp av modellfordon. Arbetet håller hög vetenskaplig kvalitet och bidrar till ett mycket aktivt forskningsfält som har stor potential att leda till ökad trafiksäkerhet och därmed färre skador och dödsfall i trafiken i framtiden, samt förbättrad stadsmiljö tack vare mer följsam körning. Our sincerest congratulations to Richard and Carl Fredrik.
Thank you. Now we'll listen to a speech by our honorable guest, Medad Majobi, who is the CEO and founder of Orbital Systems. Welcome up.
Thank you. Congratulations to all of you. It was a bit more than 5 years ago when, almost 6 years actually, that I studied in Lund Institute of Technology. At the time, I was hanging around the school after hours, working on different projects, thinking of how can I do something meaningful with my life? Kind of like that. Then I got introduced to this collaboration the school had and still have with NASA, Johnson Space Center. And I was basically introduced to this grand task of how we can create a new kind of society habitat on Mars that uses the latest technologies, is the most efficient and sustainable in terms of habitat, living environment. What struck me at the time was, apart from the fact that I thought it was a really interesting project, was that why do we spend so much time and brilliant minds on Earth thinking on what we can enable on another planet for 8 crew members that would possibly live there for a couple of years in 15 to 20 years? Why don't we use the same kind of technologies and apply it on Earth instead? Kind of sounded more reasonable. I looked at the main resources we have and what is it that enables the thing we call a good living standard. Kind of boiled down to water, and there are of course many more resources. And what struck me was that the way we use water on Earth today in our homes is pretty crazy. I think Sweden is pretty bizarre in the sense that all of us, when we went to the toilet, we flushed the toilet with drinking water. Something that is really, really crazy. And if you look at the way we utilize water, I looked at the home and I saw that 40% of the water was used in the shower, and everybody takes a shower. The water is being purified and pumped up, a couple of miles outside of town. Then we pump it all the way, we put in a lot of chemicals into the water, and then we just, brush our teeth with the water running and flush away 200 liters of water in 20 minutes of showering. So my idea was basically, why don't we use new technology and recycle the water instead of flushing it all away? At the time, I was deemed as probably naive, something I can still relate to. And then people said that, no, we put in a lot of chemicals in the water. Shampoo on the 90% that is easier to recycle. Again, pretty naive, it showed up. But I met with my professors. When we came back from US, I met my professor. I spoke to Victor and said that I think this can work. And I had only an idea or a technical drawing. Fast forwarding it till today, we launched our first commercial product at the beginning of 2018. We have sold for more than 250 million kroners, tens of thousands of showers, we call them. It's actually just technology that enables recycling water in a shower. We have global offices in San Francisco, representation in UK, Germany, employ almost or soon more than 100 people, head offices in Malmo. So why am I here when I got asked? 2 reasons, actually. The first one is that I never got around to get my own degree, so I wanted to see what this was about. That's the first reason. The second reason is that at the time I founded Orbital Systems, I didn't know more about technology than any of you. It was just the idea of why not, and it should work. And I didn't really see what I would lose. And I think my main message for you today is that there won't be any time in your life where you have such a profile, let's say, in lack of a better word, where you can take on new ideas and new ventures. It's much easier to spend all of the days, all of the evenings on trying to make this new idea of yours or this new mission of yours to work than when you don't have 3 kids and a big loan on your house. You know, those times will come, but right now you have enough. In my opinion, you had enough already a couple of years ago, but you have enough to go out and try. The times have never been better. For real. And just to continue on the Stoic philosophy thing, I think if you would just look around for 5 seconds, look at the other, your peers' faces and see who you stand next to. I would actually let you do that, but I think it's worth it. Okay, so statistically speaking, some of the people you looked at won't be alive in 5 years. It could be cancer, car accidents, it could be weird, game in the bedroom. Whatever the reason is, there are some things we can control and some things we cannot control. And wisdom is knowing the difference. And I would urge you to spend the time you have on doing things that you really value. Don't go and, you can. I don't like to tell people what they should do, but I would recommend you to not waste your time in a big corporate landscape. Instead, find people who share your values, share your missions, enjoy your time around this planet, and try to accomplish great things. And yeah, that's all.
Thank you, Medad Matjobi. The graduation ceremony is coming to an end. And after the ceremony, all the guests and graduates are welcome to join us for refreshments in the entrance hall. Finally, I'd like to say congratulations and good luck to all the graduates, and I would like us to give them a last big round of applause.